I just want to start by saying that I'm really thankful that all of you guys are here today. I know Martin and Chris already said that, but I really mean it because you're making this happen, really. Despite what's going on, I don't know if you noticed, but there's like a pandemic or something like that going on right now. So just the fact that you guys are here tonight is really great and really appreciate it because you're helping us experience the wedding the way we envisioned it a long time ago. Has anyone seen my speech? I think it's on the table. I really need that. Never mind, it's in my pocket. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, I guess so. All right. So yeah, I'm as you can already probably tell, I'm pretty nervous about this. So I'm gonna ask you to please, if you have any kind of alcohol near you, can you grab that? And we're not making a toast yet. This is just for you to drink, so that if I mess up, it doesn't seem so bad. Okay? We're gonna be drinking throughout the entire speech. It's gonna be like about 20 minutes. All right. So a while ago, Claudia asked me to tell you guys a story during my speech, and at the beginning, I said, well, I don't think it's that fitting for best man speech. But the more I try to recall what happened and I thought about it, I said, you know what, there's kind of a lesson that we can all learn from, especially Claudia and Luis. So I'm gonna tell you guys this story. It's related to a passport, okay? So 6 years ago, my brother was kind enough to invite me to go on a trip with him to Europe for about a month. We went to 5 different cities in 5 different countries and we had a blast. It was amazing, it was a ton of fun, but at the same time, it was a little bit of a challenge. We all know that siblings don't always get along, like we all have our things and our imperfections. I got mine, he's got his. The groomsmen know what I'm talking about, but it's okay, I'm not gonna say anything. But Claudia, you'll know. You'll know. All right, so my brother, he's a little bit of a Boy Scout. If you know him very well, there's certain things that he really tries to always nail. Like, he always wants to be prepared. He doesn't want to get in trouble. He wants everything to follow the law, and he doesn't want to break any kind of rules. So it can sometimes get a little bit under your nerves, to be honest. During our first ever night in Europe, we were in Prague. We were getting ready to go out, and then my brother stops me and he says, "Nicholas, we need to take care of something very important." I'm like, "Okay, sure, what's going on?" "We need to make sure that our passports are safe tonight." "Okay, sure." It was my first time going backpacking. It was his second time, so I trusted him. You know, he's a pro. So he takes me to these lockers, and he opens the door and starts. He's got like a weird strap around his waist. He lifts his shirt up, and it's like a fanny pack, but a little bit weirder because it's got like a bunch of important documents in there. So he takes all of that and puts it in the locker, shuts the door. And as soon as he shuts the door, I see there's like a hole in the locker door, but like this big. Like a hand can't go through there. Never mind the passport. And he looks at it and he says, "I don't like this." I'm like, "Why? What's going on?" 1 second. He opens it, starts shuffling around all the papers and the passport, and shuts the door again, looks at it. "I don't like this." "What do you mean? What's going on?" 1 second. He does the same thing again, shuts the door, still doesn't like it. He pulls out a flashlight. Of course he's got a flashlight. He's a Boy Scout. He starts looking through the hole. It's like 1 second. Opens the door, brings all the papers close to the locker door and shuts it. Points again with the flashlight. Says, "I don't like this." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, if I'm a thief and I'm trying to steal something and I look through the hole and I don't see anything, it's gonna make me think that the person that stored their stuff in here is trying to hide something, like a passport." like, oh, are you kidding me? He's like, yeah, no, I'm not kidding. He opens the door and makes it in such a way that it doesn't seem like it's too obvious that he's hiding something important. He shuts the door. And I said, are we good to go? Are we good for the night? He says, yes, we can go now, finally. So this happened every single night we were in Prague. In fact, it happened throughout the entire trip. The one night that we went to Paris, they did not have lockers, they had vaults. So we go there and I see the vaults and I'm happy because I'm like, my brother's gonna feel safe. He's gonna feel okay because there's a vault. He didn't like it. The vault had like a screen, a number pad, and a knob, and it was perfect, right? It was a vault. But he kept changing the password because it was too easy. He said that he didn't trust himself. He doesn't even trust himself. He was looking over his shoulder. He was like, he said, I don't like the camera behind us. Like, the security camera, I don't like that. I said, man, nobody's gonna steal your passport in the middle of like the lobby, in front of everyone. He said, Nicholas. So I was like, okay. So every time, even like when we were going in and out of the hostel, he was checking. This is not a joke. We went out to dinner for 30 minutes. We came back, he checked. He went out, he checked. He came back, he checked. But you know what? I put up with it because we made a deal. You see, I'm not perfect either. I have my things. I tend to get angry when I'm hungry. You know that. And I'm hungry all the time. So he said to me, Nicholas, we're gonna make a deal, okay? If you get hungry, I'm gonna take you to a restaurant, right? Lunchtime. If we don't have a restaurant nearby, I'm gonna give you peanuts. This is a true story. He had a bag of peanuts in his pockets everywhere we went, and we would just literally like throw peanuts at me every time. He saw me starting to lose my temper. Nicholas, the peanuts. So it kind of worked out for us, but it was never as bad as the time that we got to Budapest and they did not have lockers or vaults. So you might be wondering what we did. So he figured out that we needed to get a separate private room 2 blocks down the road from the actual hostel. Oh, by the way, before we got to any hostel, before he made any bookings, he needed to make sure that the hostel had enough passport security. It was a must before booking the hostel. So when we got to this hostel and didn't have anything, he said, "Okay, we'll go to the separate apartment down the road." They gave us a bunch of keys. You needed a key to enter the main gate. You needed a key for like a gated section, a key to the elevator, a key to the apartment section we were staying at, a key to the apartment, and a key to the door. I'm not even kidding, there was a bunch of keys. But I already knew the drill. He wasn't gonna be enough. So that night when we were getting ready, I see him from the corner of my eye, he starts looking around, trying to find a spot where he was gonna hide his passport. So I know the drill, I'm looking around too, I'm trying to find a good spot, I don't see anything. And then I look up. Oh, I see him, he's looking up too. I see him, it's like a really high ceiling, like 16 feet, I don't know how high, there was a light hanging from the ceiling, like a round one. I see him and I say, "Please tell me that you're not thinking what I think that you're thinking." So, yep. There's no option. I say, okay, first of all, how are you gonna get all the way up there first? And then how are you gonna stick your passport to there? Like, do you have tape? I'm sure you got to have tape under your belt or something. No, we don't have tape. You have to go buy tape. So I don't know. It's kind of an obvious one, but they don't have Home Depot or Staples in Budapest. So we ended up walking for like an hour and a half. I'm not even kidding. Trying to find a store that would sell us tape. And we stumbled across this random store where they sold electrical equipment. They had this weird white tape that wasn't even good. And we bring it upstairs, and we're looking at the light again. And I said, "How are we going to do it?" He said, "I got it." He drags up one of the beds, slides it, puts it right underneath the light. He says, "Nick, stand there." "Well, I'm not standing. You stand there." "Okay, sure." So I'm standing there on a mattress, trying to balance my own weight with my skinny legs, and having my brother on top of me trying to tape up passport onto the lamp. Trying not to break my neck, struggling for like 30 minutes, and then he yells, "Nick, the window!" I'm like, "What, the window?" The window was open. There was some people working in a building nearby, and he was afraid that the people were gonna see where we were hiding our treasure, I guess. So we get down, shut the window, and then he continued doing the same thing for another 15 minutes until he finally glues the passport onto, or keeps the passport on the lamp. I said, "You feel good about this? Are you sure? Like, you feel confident? Okay, we're good. We're good to go. We're good to go." So we go out that night, we have fun. We come back and it's like 3 a.m. in the morning. Right? We're going back into the apartment, we got all the keys. We open the first door, second, third, fourth, fifth. Get to the final door. We open the door, turn on the light, and you may not think that these things happen in real life, but sometimes they do. Turn on the light, and it was the first thing that you saw. So as you walked into the room, it was right there, looking beautiful like an ornament. You should have seen the look on his face. His passport. It was hanging from one side because the tape had peeled off because it was dusty. So it just came off and it was just spinning like this around. It's like, "It's your passport! There it is!" I kind of felt bad, but I didn't want to laugh, but I said, "You know what? At least it's not stolen, right? We're good." But you know what? At the end of the day, we made it work out. It was around a month that it actually did go smooth. Apart from that, of course. And I guess I want to say that the lesson we can learn from this is that when we have problems, we, mainly as a couple, something you guys can learn, and we all can learn from this, we don't run away from the problems, we try to face them. And just like during our trip, every city was a different challenge, and new city, new problem. It's going to be the same thing in your marriage. That's life. You're going to encounter different scenarios that are going to be different. But the one thing that cannot change is the love that you guys have for one another. And you guys. As long as you're willing. As long as you are willing to solve problems, God will give you the tools and the way to solve them. And I'm sure you're going to have a blast, just like you and I did for a month. If you love each other, you are going to be doing things that will get you to where you want to go. What I mean is that we can all carry a bag of peanuts in our pockets, right? For one another. And I am sure that you guys are going to do great. I'm sure that you guys are an amazing couple and will be an amazing couple. And you guys are going to be amazing parents. I love you both. Claudia, I love you like a sister. I really do. You bring a side of my brother that everybody in our family, we love that. It's a good side of him. We love it. You make him a better man. And I wish nothing but the biggest blessing that God has in store for the both of you. And I am sure that you guys are going to be amazing parents. So I want to make a toast for the bride and the groom right now. This time is for real. So that they may have health and happiness and always love each other. And that they may have lots of beautiful children. Thank you.